What's up, fam? In today's video, I'm going to be sharing how I have set up my 2021 Makselife Planner, my note pages, the changes that I made, and all the things. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss this video. Hi, my name is Darian and welcome to DarianPlans. On this channel, I share some of my favorite planning and organizational tools, tricks, and tips, and some friends as well to help us organize our life and our heart together. So if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on future guests and future videos. All right, you guys, I'm going to share the external changes that I've made to the planner and then share some of the internal things like how I've set up some of my pages and what I keep in my pocket and all the things. So the very first thing that I did was I added some pin loops because in the past I would put my pins on the coil and it would kind of mess with my coil and just kind of get it like a little bit janky. So I added some pin loops. I got these pin loops off of Amazon, and anything that I talk about today, I'll make sure I put it in the description box below. But I got these like pin loops and they're not adhesive because I tried to put it up here, but when I put it up here, it would have been on the pocket and I just did not like it right there, so I moved it to the side. And I liked how it turned out because when I close my planner, it doesn't mess with the tabs at all. And so these are the two pins that I use on a regular basis. I use a La pin, and then I use a Pigma micron pin, and this is the 08 size. And it just doesn't mess with the tabs. Like this one doesn't mess with these bottom tabs, and this one doesn't mess with the top tabs. So these are the pin loops that I added. The second thing that I did was I actually, and you can't really tell with this first page, but I rounded, well, you can a little bit. I rounded the corners of my Makselife. So I got one of these like contraption things from Amazon. I don't even know how to pronounce this, but it has 3 different sizes in which you can round your corners. You have a small size, you have a medium size, and a large size. I think I used the large size setting. I definitely used the large size because it had like a more round edge to it. And I really loved how it turned out. So you can see like when it's next to the planner, you can see like the round edges with the round cover. And I just really like it. So I went and did that with all of the pages. I only did it for this first planner, and I didn't do it with my second planner. I said, because I wanted to see how I would like it. And y'all, I love it. I love it. I love it. One of the best decisions that I made. Another thing, if you do not know already, you're probably like, wait, does that say January through June? Yes. So I combined my Makselife Planner. I'll link the video up here if you're interested in seeing how I set up the horizontal and the vertical and how I combine them. And I also have another video showing how I use both layouts. But that's another change that I did when moving into this planner for 2021, and I really like it. So the one thing I want you to be aware of is the things that I decided to keep when I set them up were very intentional. So I definitely wanted 2 monthly layouts. And so with that said, I knew that I didn't need 2 tabs when I was franking planning. So when I did it, I took the back of this monthly page and adhesive it to the second monthly page. Then I took this page right here, the second part of the monthly goals for the second set, and I put it to the back so I can have a note page before each month. And what I mean by that is this. Let me show you. So I took that second page and I adhesived it to the second set of monthly reflections, so I would have a note page before each month. Because with combining it, I would have 2 monthly reflections at the end of every single month, and I just didn't need this twice. So I kept this one here, and so I could have a note page before this one. Now, I know people who put their note page right here and then the reflections right here. That was probably a better idea, but I mean, it's whatever floats your boat. I kind of like having it right here because you'll see how I use this note page before each month. It's kind of like a monthly dashboard, and I just really like it, and it's what works for me. And so another intentional thing that I made when I did Frankenplan this is that when I flipped open my tab, I wanted it to go to the month that would have all of my appointments. And I always want my appointments right in front of my monthly goals because I would put a ollie clip so I can flip between. Honestly, sometimes I put the ollie clip on my monthly goals or I put them on my monthly calendar, and I just wanted to be able to flip to that easily. And I wanted my tab, because when you lift your tab, I think I got this trick from Jen Defoe, from DarianPlans, and I just wanted it to be able to flip open to the month that would have all my appointments, and then the month before I use for content planning, like social media, YouTube, ideas, collaborations, all those things go onto this layout, and I didn't want that to be the first thing that I flipped to do. So that's something that I did, and all I did was I took some adhesive. I have a Tombow runner. Hold on, let me show you. I use this. This is probably my favorite adhesive roller. I use the Tombow permanent adhesive roller. There we go. And I just adhesive the pages together, and it works like magic. And then I cut off the one tab, so it's only one tab. I am thinking about cutting off the tabs and making my own ones, but until then, they're staying there. So that is that. How I did end up setting up the horizontal real quickly was, you have your monthly goals, and then I went ahead and put down my HandCam Plan goal header stickers, and I put those down so I know which page has the goals. It's always the week before the horizontal, because my horizontal is more my to-do list. So I like having my goals, and then the to-do list, and then a notes and reflection page, and then a weekly actions page. At the end of the month, I will do a flip through of the month of January, so you can see more in detail how I have set those up. And then I use the vertical for memory planning. Okay, the next thing I want to share with you is how I have set up my note pages. I have moved all of my note pages to the front of my planner. So this is all of like the Makselife goal setting and prep work pages. And I'll have a video sharing with you my annual goals. I finally finished them. I just gave myself a lot more time. And so I'll share with you how I did all of my pep talk section in my Makselife here soon. And then, but this is the sticker sheet. It comes in the back. Again, I moved it to the front. And then these are the yearly overview of 2021 and 2022. I still have not figured out a way how I want to use this, and that's okay. I'm thinking it's either going to be paydays, my husband's schedule with the military and his work, my brother's school schedule. I don't know. You guys, you do not need to have everything planned out in your planner. Just, I think the fun part about planning is that throughout time, you figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. But so this page, it's nice to have. I still don't know how I'm going to use it, but that's okay. So moving into the note pages, the very first thing that I did, I knew that I wanted to have like a content overview. And the one thing that I love about this, I got these headers from HandCam Plan. Her handwriting, I just love it so much. And so each month I just wrote down ideas, and it's more so just ideas. Last year's Makselife Planners came out in October. Y'all, I don't know if it's gonna come out in October this year, so do not rely on that situation. But I just put it there just in case so I wouldn't forget. But I just wanted to like put down content ideas and all the fun things that I want to do each month. So this is what this page is for. This is a list of video ideas, and then this is my planning together checklist. These are all the things that I like to do before I have each guest on. It's a lot, I know, but I don't know. I like to be very thorough and prepared. So I created this checklist to know when I send the email, when they have the links, when I have their photos, the questions, the post, all the things. And so that's what that checklist is for. The second thing is house projects. These are all the rooms. You guys, this is in blue ink. I think this is the only, you guys, I got rid of all my blue ink. I can't believe it. I did it, but this is literally the only page that has blue ink, I think. But anyway, I wrote down each room in our house. These are some stickers from Chrissy Ann Designs. And I just wrote what I wanted to do within each room. And I can add through this, you know, throughout the year. This page is all the monthly tasks that I want to do. And I clearly have not been doing so well in the month of January, but that is okay. The one thing I will say about my note pages this year are that they're extensions of the annual and monthly goals that I've created. Like, I want to do better routines and rhythms. So I have a page dedicated to helping me with monthly routines and making my house into a home. So I have a whole page dedicated to what I want to do to make it more homey. So that, if you're kind of curious about like, what should I do with my note pages, y'all, then honestly, like, use your note pages to help you with your goals further. The next page that I want to show you, Okay, y'all, first off, don't judge me, but this is probably the most used note page because I will come back constantly and white out stuff over and over and over again. But this is, I'm participating in a Dash of Plans 365-day freeze. And what that is, I started the first of this year. Yeah. And I say my why, like, what am I trying to do? Again, I'm trying to be mindful with my spending this year. So, specifically when it comes to planner supplies. So instead of giving myself a budget, because I just realized that would have been too restrictive, I decided that I would only make 24 planner purchases this year. I was going to add exceptions here, but I was like, no, I only want to make 24 planner purchases, and that's how I'm doing it. And so I'm using this to keep track of that. And then I have a savings and a wish list. I have a whole video talking about how I plan to use this page. I'll link it up above. It was in the planner FOMO video. But essentially, these are the things that I'm saving for. And then this is my wish list specifically when it comes to planner supplies. Don't y'all judge me, okay? But I really want a Louis Vuitton Paul notebook cover for my B6stology. So I have that on there as something that is on my wish list that I'm saving for, that I'm trying to be mindful for versus just buying 1,000,001 covers. I'm trying to be intentional with the covers that I buy and just sticking with it. And so I put that on there. And clearly I've been whiting out of stuff. Like, you see that I was like, oh, I want that. And I was like, nope, I don't want that. And honestly, writing it out has helped me so much because versus putting it in my cart or buying it, I can just write it and put it in a place, and I have that like thing to do versus just impulsively buying it. And then this is some of the things I wrote down. I really want a Roomba vacuum. I don't want to keep paying monthly to use Adobe Suite. I think I just want to buy it, specifically Premiere. And then I want like a charging station to hold all of my contraptions. And I really love the acrylograph pens from Archer and Olive. I got them some for Christmas and I just fell in love with them. Y'all, this is totally happening. I gotta get me my cat celebration collection. So anyway, I put these on there, and as I like, again, I'll probably white stuff out on and off, but I like it, and it goes with one of my goals. The next thing is I created a favorites list, and I can't, this is really one of my favorite pages. I love looking back on this page, but I just wrote down all my favorite things because when I do go to buy stuff, I can look on this page and be like, does it really fit within this, what I know I like and what I know that I've come to love. And honestly, some of these I probably can cross off because I don't use the Tool Gel pens or the Obsidian gel pens. I honestly use the BB pens and my Micron and Le pens. And anyway, but it's like my favorites list, and I like having that there. The other page that I have set up are my journaling prompts. I like to memory plan and be really reflective in my Makselife Planner with specifically those dot grit pages. And so I just wrote down like journaling prompts that came from the Thrive workbook, that I found on Pinterest, that I see on Instagram. And honestly, I filled up both of these pages with that. And this was actually a page that came from last year's Makselife. And so I just honestly snipped it and put it in here because I really liked it. The last page is, this is a list of giving ideas. I want to do better with giving. And so I just wrote a list of different ideas. If you have any ideas that I can add to any of these lists, y'all, go ahead and comment with those below. But my goal is to at least to do one to two of these each month, and just to highlight it when I'm done. I'm such a lister, so I really just liked having this on here. And then the last thing I want to talk about, I'm going to take that off real quick, is my monthly like dashboard. So those are all my note pages. But so before each month, I have like this whole like dashboard system that I use with Post-its. I love Post-its, and I like having Post-its that are matching to the Makselife like colors, so I know what area of life they're like with. But I use this as like a dashboard. So I was writing down like what I wanted my AM and PM routine to look like, so I put it right there. I did like a replacement list, like instead of having ice cream, I can have a smoothie, instead of coffee, tea, and I got like just different things like that. Just random stuff, books I wanted to read, stuff that I wasn't wanting to put in permanently to a goal, but things that were happening. Like I wanted to track orders. I'm waiting for my day move fur back, so I wrote that down. Dates for a theater lab, anything, all that stuff I just put right there as a dashboard, and I know what area of life they're with because after using the Makselife system for a year, all the areas kind of get ingrained. Okay, and then the last note page, so that's pretty much what I plan to do before each month, which is why I added the note page. You know, like these are the kits I want to use for February. Anyway, and then the last page is this. and then we'll talk about what's in my pocket and what I moved over from last year and all that fun stuff. Anyway, so because this is Frankenplanned and I only have the months of January through June in here, I wanted a place to write down future planning. So July, August, September, October, November, December. I don't know why I said all the months, but yeah. So I just have this set up right here for that last page. So when I do move into my planner for the second half of the year, I can just transfer the stuff over. Now, in terms of what I keep in my pocket, I feel like this is personal and different for each person, but I like to keep my rescheduled stickers. Y'all, clearly I use these a lot. And then my Saray font, like just like stuff that I like to use these throughout my week. And then I have whatever sticker kit I am using that week. So I'm using a Chrissy Ann Design sticker kit, which is honestly one of my favorite ones. And I just put the extras on here and I put them in the back. And then the last thing that I keep in my pocket, you guys are going to think I'm so weird, but I have this handout from A Dash of Plans that kind of talks about what spending and how, like, things that you can do to resist the instant urge of buying something. So I printed that off and put that back here. Y'all, this is like my planner vision board, which may sound so stupid, but I really like it. It's kind of, I seen Gray from Gray Plans do this and I fell in love with it and I was like, I'm totally doing that. And it's just like I'm using my Makselife as my planner. These are the notebooks I'm using them and how I'm using them. My favorite stickers, my favorite markers, my favorite pens, my favorite accessories, the washi tape that I like. And I like having it back here again to know what I like and to just, when I do go to buy something, know does it go with the aesthetic or what I know that I already like. So that's there. And then I have my ideal like schedule that I got from the Makselife website, the ideal week. And so I'm trying to do better with my morning time. So that is back here as a reference, but that's what I keep in my pocket. That is how I set up my note pages. Those are the changes that I made to my Makselife. Let me know what do you include in the pocket of your planners and all the things. Let me know how is it going so far. Let's just do like a check-in. How's your 2021 planner starting off? But y'all, that's pretty much it. As always, keep planning and I'll catch you next time. Bye.